Oh, shit. All right, folks, welcome in. My name's Adam, and we're doing the night before EPL soccer DFS, and I'm happy to be with you. Obviously, I have my producer Mickey in here. We're sifting through some technical difficulties, so I hope you hear me loud and clear. What we're going to be talking about today is DFS soccer. So if you never play DFS soccer, obviously you have multiple sites, including our partner Prize Picks, where we're going to be covering the EPL Premier League slate on Saturday. So we have a handful of games in front of us, and we're just going to kind of dive in. I don't want this to be super long. I'd love for it to be something you can just watch while you're maybe making your drive, your morning coffee, or whatever it is, so you can make some money. So welcome into the Premier League soccer. I love doing this. This is my passion, obviously, to play DFS soccer, to write about it, to talk about it. And I think that this Premier League season is going to be amazing. We have some great moves that were made in the transfer window. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But kind of going into that, I want to jump into the first game, and we'll talk about cash game, which is higher ownership, essential pieces for double ups. Excuse me, GPP tournament plays, and of course, any core plays that I do like on there. So the first game we're going to look at is Arsenal and Norwich City. For those of you following along, excuse me, Arsenal is actually playing at home. Them and Norwich City, man, they're not sitting good right now. They're actually in the danger zone in the relegation battle. Arsenal has 3 games currently on the books right now with 3 losses. Norwich has matched that 0-3, and of course, both of them have a negative 9 goal differential. Arsenal is clearly a more talented team. They spent a lot more money in the transfer window. They've added Martin Odegaard. They have a ton of amazing young prospects, but they've been playing obviously, under their potential. So in this game specifically, you have Arsenal coming in as a betting favorite at a negative 205. Norwich is plus 500 with a 2.5 goal expected total. So the biggest thing that I want to say about this game is that Arsenal should win. I mean, they're at home. They have the talent. Norwich gives up a ton of DFS stats and peripherals to teams. So it's very simple that they're not the biggest favorite on the slate. That's going to actually, that honor is going to rest at Manchester United. But being probably the second, maybe third, depending on where the odds fall, biggest favorite on the slate, Arsenal should be looked at in all formats. Obviously, we want to look at them as a cash game. You're going to want to target their set piece takers, which is something I talk a lot about in my articles, which be sure to check that out at yourfilterschoice.com. Martin Odegaard, Nicolas Pepe, and of course, Bukayo Saka, the teen wonder. He's getting older now. He might have fallen out of that teen label. However, Martin Odegaard's excellent. His pricing isn't great. You're not getting a great value on a lot of these guys. Nicolas Pepe has been generally the set piece taker. And what we mean by that is that these are the guys that are taking the corner kicks, free kicks, so they have more of an opportunity to accrue stats. Obviously, there, Pierre, Emerick, Aubameyang is the starting striker expected in the lineup for Arsenal. All of these guys are in play. If you're really wanting to just target down set piece takers, cash pieces, staples to your lineup, I would definitely target Nicolas Pepe and Martin Odegaard. They're just extremely solid players, attacking upside, goal upside, assist upside. They're going to be someone that you should look at in your lineup. But I do want to mention Kieran Tierney, and I'm kind of sliding over to the fullback position. He plays out wide for DFS soccer, especially for DraftKings. Is excellent. He's going to accrue crosses. He's going to accrue fouls drawn, shots assisted. There's a lot of things that he can do there. So really liking that play there. They do have slated for Takahiro Tamayasu. I think I said it right, at right back. So For Arsenal, I mean, it's just one of those things that I think you're going to need a piece from there. You could play Aubameyang at striker in the forward position. He's somebody to definitely look at. But if we're sliding over to the other side of the game, Norwich City, because there's such a underdog on the road, they're going to fall more into that tournament GPP territory. So obviously, Milot Rashica is coming off of World Cup qualifying soccer. He's expected back in the lineup. He should be the set piece taker here. Todd Cantwell is a very, very good young player for Norwich, who I really like the fact when Norwich got promoted, they were able to retain Cantwell from going to a bigger club, but when they spent that time in the EFL. So I think Norwich is extremely GPP, so I'm not going to stress too much about there. Arsenal's a team you want to target, and in my article, you'll definitely see some Arsenal players that are going to be talked about in regards to core plays, I guess you could say. I do want to move over to the next game, Brentford and Brighton and Hove Albion. This is essentially a picking game. Brentford's at plus 180. Brighton is at plus 175. Brentford being the home team here. There's a lot to be said with Brentford surging out of the gates. They have some really good class players. Sergi Canos, Rico Henry, those wing backs. And of course, you have Brian Mbeumo and Ivan Toney at the forward spots. Christian Norgard has scored a goal already this season. They play very similar to like Sheffield did a couple of seasons ago whenever they came up. They have this counterattack minded football with a lot of class out wide. And, that's a very, very good strategy to have against Premier League teams that are going to be better, more talented than you, because it kind of sucks in the attack and it allows them to counterattack and push their guys out on the wings to put crosses in the box and so on and so forth. Having the traditional 3-5-2 allows your strikers to get into the box for, through balls for, crosses and such. On the other side, Brighton and Hove Albion, I mean, we talked about how this is essentially a pick-em game. Pascal Gross is actually one of my favorite players from this game. He is always going to play that right wing back, right back, central midfield, whatever it is. He does it for his team, and he's always going to get set pieces. He's going to get penalty kicks sometimes. And you have Leandro Trossard, Alexis McAllister. I think he's Scottish national team. I could be wrong there, and even Jacob Moder out on the Moder, M-O-D-E-R in midfield out on the left wing. These are all guys to consider. Neil Maupay, generally, if Pascal Gross doesn't take penalty kicks, he does. I'm not a big fan of Maupay, and I don't feel like this game is something that I'm going to target a lot of cash players in double ups in my main lineups. This is going to be more of a GPP game, and maybe consider Pascal Gross as a guy that I want to target there. So moving on to the next game, we're keeping it short and sweet, guys. Leicester City and Manchester City. Manchester City is always going to be a favorite, usually, no matter who they're playing. They're a negative 165, a 2.5 goal, expected total is what this game is slotted for. Now, obviously, with Manchester City, I mean, they're, world class. Pep Guardiola is a world class coach. I am a Chelsea fan personally. However, I can give mad respect to Manchester City. They acquired Jack Grealish, which seems unfair. They've been linked to talks about getting Harry Kane from Tottenham, but we're not there yet. So Kevin De Bruyne looks to still be banged up and injured. He may not start. So that kind of leads set piece duties to switch over to Ilkay Gundogan, who is a German national. Or you could also look at Riyad Mahrez as well out there on the right wing to get set pieces, which is extremely valuable for Manchester City because they really press the offense. They really press guys on the back line, and they get a lot of corner kicks. So they take short corners, which is super annoying for DFS. But these are guys you're going to look at. Jack Grealish on the other side. He got his first Manchester City club goal recently in the EPL. So I think that Manchester City is someone you can definitely consider. They're just so expensive, so they're really hard to play. But Joao Cancelo, left back. I mean, he can play left back. He can play right back. The guy is always going to accrue stats as regards to DFS. Kyle Walker kind of stays more in the back. He does press forward sometimes, but he's more or less not a very big crossing threat. So I would prefer Cancelo if I'm going to look that way. Ferran Torres is actually slated in that number 9 striker role right now. He just came off of World Cup qualifiers from playing for Spain. If he's playing that number 9 role, I don't see a Raheem Sterling here. So I think he's absolutely in play with probably one of the highest ceilings on the slate. Usually you see a lot of Manchester City guys up at the top of the anytime goal scorer odds. So Leicester City, other side of things. I mean, James Maddison, if you play DFS soccer for any particular amount of time over the last 3, 4, 5 years, this guy has always been a stud, set piece guru, just a do it all for his team. But with him getting hurt and Yuri Tillemans, the Belgium national kind of stepping in, Madison's kind of been pushed out of that role. He doesn't take any corner kicks anymore. He has extreme amounts of upside. His price is dipping. You could absolutely play him here as a value play, but Tielemans should have set pieces. But remember, we're talking against Manchester City. So I think you want to temper your expectations there and probably not play any of these Leicester City guys if you do not have to outside of GPP slate. So I don't have much to say on that just because I don't feel like I'm going to be looking there. I do want to talk a little bit longer about the next game, not much, but Manchester United versus Newcastle United. Manchester City should be at home here. Well, they should be. They are at home here. Let me define that. But yeah, you got Cristiano Ronaldo. That guy, he likes to come in and suck all of the fame and goodness out of the DFS players around him. Hopefully it works out with Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo loves to be fed the ball. He loves to produce shots. He likes to get plenty of touches. Bruno Fernandes has been doing so good with this team. I worry about his upside here. However, even if he doesn't take penalty kicks, he still takes corner kicks. He still takes free kicks. He still is a shots assist monster. Like, this guy is going to be plenty good here, even with a Cristiano Ronaldo in front of him, because Cristiano Ronaldo is going to draw a lot more attention to him. Remember that. So these guys both might be chalk as they're coming in. And I don't even want to make it seem like Jaden Sancho is not huge, an England national team player coming over from Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Jaden Sancho is excellent, man. And I feel bad for him because he's not going to get his set pieces and things like that from Bruno. However, Jaden Sancho is excellent. He's also overpriced. Like, he needs that James Maddison kind of role to where he just dives at price, and then we jump on him. And that's what we're looking for. So Luke Shaw out left back, excellent play. Paul Pogba, probably not too happy about the fact that he has to play more of a central defensive midfielder role. He's probably pretty pissed off about that because he said in the offseason that he wanted to play an attacking role. That's why he wanted to maybe move teams, maybe go to PSG or something. So, Mason Greenwood out on the right wing. They're looking at a 4-2-3-1 formation. It is what it is, guys. Like, Manchester United is going to be the chalk. So if Bruno's in, you probably got to play him in cash games. If Cristiano Ronaldo's in, you probably got to play him in cash games. People are going to see that name recognition. I know that sounds super, super ugly with your salary, but if you have to play one, probably just at least play Cristiano Ronaldo. They're the biggest favorites on the slate, guys. And I don't care if it's his first game back, whatever. I don't care if he's a ball hog. He's a DFS monster. So he's going to be 50% plus in cash games. Just remember that, okay? Paul Pogba should be under-owned here. I don't know. His price has always been rising as he's been performing, but, man, he's been so good for Man U lately, so consider him. Newcastle United, obviously, their DFS fodder. There's someone that people should target, and whenever they're playing on a slate, target the team that plays against Newcastle United because they give up a ton of crosses. They give up a ton of shots. So, Newcastle, they're going to have a tough time of things against Man U, especially on the road. Matt Ritchie should be their set piece taker here. You got Callum Wilson and Alan St. Maximin up top. Like I said, I like the team. They're exciting, but they're not going to have much of the ball here. So we have to be realistic with that. So that's the Manchester United game, the most important game, probably. Southampton and West Ham United, I'm going to talk about next. With Southampton and West Ham United, West Ham is on fire to start the season. 2 wins and a draw. Obviously, that draw wasn't preferred for them. And then you look at Southampton sitting in 13th in the table, 1 loss and 2 draws. Nothing greater to write home to mom about. But James Ward-Prowse, JWP, he's always the guy for Southampton. They're at home here that we talk about. He's pretty much a lock for double digits most nights, even at whatever his salary is, just because set pieces, his role, his class. Like, this dude on corner kicks is amazing. If you ever get to watch some YouTube video of some James Ward-Prowse corner kicks, show your kids, man. Like, take them to the James Ward-Prowse Academy of set pieces, because this guy is a stud. Nathan Redmond on the outside, Nathan Tella, the 2 Nathans I'm not too interested in. Valentino Liveramento, I like him. Came over from League One, I believe. He's at right back here slated, which is weird because he was at left back before. Maybe he could just play both. So let's be honest, like I'm not really too sure here. Most of our focus and what we're going to be looking at goes over to the other side to West Ham. Obviously, West Ham, Michael Antonio, Jared Bowen, Pablo Fornal, Saeed Ben Rama. All these dudes are excellent. Those are the front four attacking options. Michael Antonio should be extremely popular as a goal scoring option. So look to him. I mean, man, I feel like West Ham could be the cheaper way to really get good exposure to some high upside players here. Plus 140 plus for West Ham, plus 190 for Southampton. The issue is, guys, the betting odds say it's basically a pick 'em. I get it. Southampton's at home, but I really like West Ham in the way that they're playing, especially Saeed Ben Rama. For those guys that are extreme junkies for soccer like me, he was in the EFL, championship, and the dude was awesome. So, like, he's a guy that is extremely talented, and people are going to overlook him because he's not necessarily the set piece taker. Aaron Cresswell and Jared Bowen take that role, or whatever. Thomas Suchek, out in the CDM role, he likes to get PKs, and he's an extreme header threat on set pieces. So West Ham has a lot of really good DFS players. So yeah, man, like I said, pick and choose who you want. I like West Ham a lot, and always love it when my wife calls me during the middle of a stream. So that's awesome. So going to the next game, I think that it's tough because I think that with this next game, Watford and Wolverhampton, it's kind of a Bloss like game on the slate. I don't love this game. I think that it's kind of like one of those games in the EPL that, essentially it's a pick 'em. It's a plus 230 for Watford, plus 135 for Wolverhampton. I don't think either of these teams are going to blow the doors off the slate. They're sitting 12th and 18th respectively in the table. I think the reason I'm kind of stalling here is because number one, Watford kind of sucks. It is what it is. I know some guys like him. Emmanuel Dennis is a great ad from Bundesliga. I think it was Bundesliga. Actually, I could be wrong there because looking at him, I remember whenever he was playing, he was in Bundesliga. See, look, had you tricked there. But he's played all around the world. Excellent attacker, 23 years old, a lot of upside. Ismail Assar for Watford is going to be excellent as well. I mean, that guy is 23 also. Much more attacking upside out on the wing. Obviously, Adam Messina could get set pieces. We might see Ismail Assar on some. I'm not really targeting Watford here from the sense of just having a lot of ownership on them. I just think that they're intriguing, and as a GPP 2 or 3 man stack, somewhere you can look there. But I really do like Wolverhampton. They have a chance to bounce back here, man. They're sitting at 18th in the table, 3 losses in a row, but the team is better than that. They just are. And maybe Watford is the opportunity to unlock that. So, all the power to them. I hate the fact that they start Joao Moutinho. I mean, he sucks. He's slow. He gets set pieces, and that's about it. I don't even know why he gets to start for Portugal. I don't know why he gets to start for Wolverhampton. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of him. He's just super blah. So if you're watching this stream, you should probably just slam all of the Joao Moutinho because he's probably going to go off now. Adama Traore, extremely fast, out on the left wing. Francisco Trincao. He's a Barcelona, I believe, loanee. And, dude's a stud. He should be awesome out on the right wing. But the biggest thing too is you have to look at Fabio Silva in over Ruben Neves. I don't know if Ruben Neves caught a injury knock or something it is, but Fabio Silva is kind of like the up and coming guy. I would like, I might've said Neves, but I didn't mean Neves. My apologies. Cause I see Neves sitting there, but that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the striker from Mexico, but Ruben Neves is in the midfield. And, you got Nelson Semedo out on the right wing, Fernandez Marcal on the left wing. These wing backs for the Wolves are awesome. They always produce. They're great in the defender spot because they're not super expensive. You can play them absolutely. You can play Ruben Neves in the midfield. these are all guys that I think that I like. I don't play Moutinho at all. So, I mean, yeah, that is what it is, guys. Like rounding out the slate, like I said, you have to play some of Manchester United. You're probably going to have to be forced into a Cristiano Ronaldo and or Bruno Fernandes, absolutely. But if you're looking at the other opportunity to attack a favorite where you may not be paying a ton, you got to get a little lucky because I don't know what kind of lineup Mikel Arteta is going to be putting out there. The guy shouldn't even have a job right now. I mean, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, Kieran Tierney, left back for Arsenal. Pepe or Odegaard, midfield, probably forward eligible as well. Pierre, Emerick, Aubameyang. That's my guy. I'm going to play him. I just feel like this is a perfect opportunity for him to break out. He didn't get to go to Barcelona like he thought he was going to during the summer. So that's where my allegiance is going to lie. It's probably where I'm going to be at, guys. So check out the article as it comes out at yourfielderschoice.com. My name is Adam, also known as YFC V12. You can check me out on Twitter with my handle there. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications as well. That helps us out. It helps get you all the information and all this fire DFS content that you need. Be sure to check out college football. We got NFL coming up this weekend. It's exciting. It's time to make some money. So jump in. I know we have a deal still to come in and get all sports right now for a discount for I think up to 2 months. So man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this was short and sweet, concise and to the point. Have fun watching some EPL soccer tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Thanks.